Greetings, I am Monique Ruffin, and welcome to the 13 Moons Manifestation. It begins July 1st, 2021, the safety to be your true self.
Mhm.
Yay, we are here
Yay.
to introduce a new cycle. They go by so quickly, right, Cheryl?
Oh my goodness, they do.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get started. Each lunar cycle asks a pertinent question. This lunar cycle, we're going to be working with the Cancer, New Moon, Aquarius, Full Moon. And these are the questions that are you asking the questions? How will you answer? Where can you release insecurity? In I'm sorry, where can you release insecure security patterns? Where
Mhm.
do you need to step into your uniqueness?
Mm.
Ah, well, that's
Mm.
that Cancer energy. The sun is in Cancer this month, and we're going to have a new moon there. So we get to look at what's keeping us from being our true selves.
Mhm.
So this lunar cycle is going to take us into an opportunity to really look at childhood patterns and wounds that would have us hiding who we really are so that we can heal, so that we can reveal, and then literally, come into a truer expression of ourselves. I'm excited about that. How about you, Cheryl?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited about that. And by the time we hit the full moon, we're going to be knowing how to be in alignment with that unique expression. And it's such a perfect time on the planet. Yeah. Mm.
Ah, it is a very perfect, interesting time on the planet. I agree.
Mhm. So, what is it that we're talking about when we talk about safety? So, a secure attachment bond that meets a child's need for security, calm, and understanding allows for optimal development of the child's nervous system. A child's developing brain organizes itself to provide a foundation based on a feeling of safety. So, what does a safe attachment look like? What if you did not fully develop this safe attachment? This is the first place where we start to fragment our true selves. Let me talk a little bit about what fragment means. So, when we're developing as small children, we're getting these natural impulses from who we are as source energy, let's say. And our impulses are to naturally be creative and intuitive and resourceful and whole, but we come into these conditioned experiences. And what happens is we're met with the fear of the people that are raising us. And things will happen in our environment where we act spontaneously or intuitively or naturally, and it gets met with a harsh response. It could be trauma, it could be violence, whatever it is, our nervous system patterns. The moment that we start to express in a unique way through some sort of creative expression, we then start to fragment out the parts of ourselves that seem to make us unsafe in the environment. Or we fragment out the parts of ourselves that witness somebody else being unsafe in the environment. And we ensure that we will never do what they did to keep ourselves safe. And we just tuck those parts of ourselves away. And because we do this in the nervous system, it means that these experiences are living in our tissue,
Mm.
in the cells in our body, in our nervous system. And so they're always up for review every time we get that natural impulse to grow, because we're creative energy. And we can learn as small children that it's not safe to grow, but it doesn't matter that we're learning that. We continue to get the impulses to grow, and we stuff those desires. So we're going to look at that in this moon cycle. What unhealthy attachments do we create in order to keep safe? And what do we dislocate from or push away from ourselves that we're denying now that needs to come into a bigger expression in our life? Yeah, Monique? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. This energy is prime power. you know,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
how we learn to self-soothe and protect ourselves as children are exactly the ways that we hide our power from ourselves, hide our capacity
Mm-hmm.
to create new things because we find these comfortable little crevices and we sneak away in them and they become the shadow, right? And we start doing this coping thing. So this is really exciting to be able to create safe environment to see ourselves and then move ourselves forward. Thank you very much for that, Cheryl. Okay, so the Cancer Aquarius moon cycle. The can't that we're going to be focusing on security, belonging, nurturing, uniqueness, brilliant, and doing things your own way. These are
Mm.
the first word, security, belonging, and nurturing. That's the Cancer energy. And this is something that we get to really practice, learn how to create within ourselves, how to actually give ourselves the safety, create for ourselves the safety and the security within ourselves. I remember when I was first starting to do this work for myself, I would just sit and hold my body and hold my heart and ask myself, what would it feel like to be secure? Because I just didn't even have any idea. Like I just got curious about it. What would it feel like to be safe in my body, in
Mm.
my own mind?
Mhm.
What would that feel like? And I started to realize that I was creating terror stories in my own head. I was terrorizing myself in my own sphere with the stories and the projections that came from my childhood.
Mhm.
So this month we get to look at how we are generating security, belonging, and nurturing within ourselves. And then as we begin to generate it or see how we are not generating it, it will help us access more uniqueness, brilliance, and doing things our own way. Because when you feel safe, you can do things your own way.
Yes, and you do things your own way in a healthy way, not in a way that creates more chaos, right? And I'm not criticizing the fact that sometimes doing things our way will create a little chaos.
Yes.
But there's something beautiful about orchestrating your own unique and brilliance when you feel secure with yourself, when you feel like you belong to yourself, when you feel capable of nurturing and receiving from yourself, then you understand that there's no push or pull. There's just
Yes.
presence.
Yes.
It feels so different than the push and pull that you may currently already be in with your creativity, with your loved one, with your children, with society, with somebody. The push and
Yes.
pull comes from that searching for something.
Yes. Oh, I'll say when these patterns, like doing this moon work, I've ended a lot of these patterns, right? And it's just so fascinating to see what life is like without those patterns, without those behaviors, because it's a real opportunity to experience. So thank you for that, Cheryl.
Yeah, fascinating is a good word.
Mhm.
So we've not developed security within ourselves. We have difficult feeling and expressing our emotions. We have trust issues. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust others. We have relationship challenges, especially in that push and pull, right? Because we're really trying to figure out who's responsible for what. We don't see our worth clearly. We can't stand in our value. We don't know the mere value of our presence in life. We have anger issues, hard to reveal our individuality or stand out. And we may play it safe or take risks that don't align with our true desires. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Come
Somebody's
here,
trying to
Zane.
get your attention.
Somebody needs my attention because he has to go outside. Let me get somebody to help you. Anyway,
Mhm.
if any of this, if you can identify with any of the things on this slide, you're saying yes already. There's some part of you that's saying, oh yes, this would be very beneficial for me. Because
Yes.
all of these things are showing you that you are holding back.
Yes. Yes. That is so rich. Okay, great. I can't add anything more to that than what you said. That was great. Thank you so much, Cheryl. So 13 moons. The 13 moons program start July 1st. Our next cycle starts on July 1st. And we are going to work to help us feel safe to be ourselves. We will determine where we need nurturing, explore a new sense of security, Find the places we source security outside of ourselves. Ding, 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 ding. Create a safe, emotionally present state of being. Face the patterns that keep us from being who we are. These things right here.
Amen.
Oh my God, especially finding the places where we attempt to source security outside of ourselves.
Mm, mm,
That was
mm.
such a really big deal for me. I mean, it still is. I'm not saying that but this idea, like it will show up in things like I need a man, or I need more money, or I need, like, all these ideas that there were things that were going to give me something that I
Yeah.
didn't already have inside of myself. So I'm very excited about this cycle because it offers us so much opportunity to heal, to transmute energy.
Yeah. When we are in touch with who we are, our own safety, our own security, our own brilliance, our own illumination, we seek outside to serve us because we feel entitled to what we didn't get as a child.
Yes.
And that muddies all the waters. And that's what creates all that struggle, that sense of entitlement that's way off base. This helps you to come back into your own sense of just being and walking in the world in that way.
Oh my,
Okay, I'll
that
keep going. So,
that's really powerful though, because you're right. Like I recall, like when to feel entitled because you didn't get your needs met as a child, it makes sense. There is, because there is a deep yearning for those needs to be met. So the word entitlement is a, I get it, but there is some validity to it. It's like somebody who's starving feeling entitled to food, right? You
yes,
understand what that impulse is. There is hunger there and it is undeniable. But who's responsible for
yes,
right? Right.
right. And so we demand our partners, we
Yeah.
demand society, we demand our bosses, we demand everybody but ourselves until
Yeah.
we understand
That's right.
that it starts here
Woo.
and then it comes. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
rich. Okay. Very
So
good.
good.
Okay. Go ahead.
When we nurture our internal safety, we can show up as we really are, which is the conversation we just had, basically.
Mhm.
We come back into what it means to be. So at 13 Moons, we start on July 1st, and we're going to help you to set 2 obtainable goals for the next 28-day period, first 28 days of July. And then you're going to watch yourself go through phases of manifestation so that you can experience yourself in the new reality of living from a space of internal safety and security. Sounds magical.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
That's a good, right?
So the program itself literally takes us through the 8 lunar phases of the moon. And each phase of the moon holds a certain frequency. It literally tells us how we need to reflect. How do we need to position? How do we need to think? What do we need to be looking at? And the phases go through the planning, the planting, the clearing, the gathering, seeing, leading, doing, and using. All sounds pretty basic, but by the time you get to using, you're in your manifestation place.
Mhm.
These phases are about 3.5 days each. And during that time, you'll get guidance through every phase so you know what you're thinking about, how you're reflecting. We're going to teach you how to even check in and set an outcome for yourself, the facts and the feelings that you want to be living in at the end of this, and then all of the steps in between. So this is basically a natural tool for manifestation. And you're going to be able to access the consciousness of the moon as it already lives in your psyche. Because we are the moon. The moon is a mirror of our inner systems, and we're the mirror of the moon's systems. Oh, so good.
Yes, I love this stuff. Thank you for that. I love the moon phases.
You're welcome.
The 13 Moons program begins July 1st, will help you anchor in your greatest sense of emotional security.
Mm.
Express who you really are. Are you ready to move from scared to brilliant? Are you ready to move from scared to brilliant, Cheryl?
I'm ready. Yes.
Woo! I'm ready. I am ready. Okay. So if you are ready to move from scared to brilliant, Here's what you will get in this community. Our community will support you. 13 Moons membership includes a private Facebook group. The group happens mostly on Facebook. We are in a private group. We are there. Shell, Christine, myself, the facilitators, and all the members, they're working the system together. Complete lunar program alignment to the 8 moon phases, which Cheryl just mentioned a moment ago. Rituals to
Mhm.
amplify your power and the results. Daily support from 3 coaches. Moon Manifestation Library, full of resources, accountability, and information to help keep you on track so that you can have what you desire. Monthly astrological call, a planting moon call, meditation, a full moon meditation, and an astrological call, and email reminders with lunar phase changes. This is everything you need to work with the Cancer Aquarius moon this month. And
And there's more.
yes, we begin July 4th. I mean, July 1st. We begin on July 1st. And how to join this program? If you sign up today, or if you sign up by June 29th, at midnight Pacific time, you'll be entered in a drawing to receive a personal reading from myself. Each month, or this month, it's $97 per month, and and what you get for $97 per month is a beautiful gift to yourself of
Mm.
self-healing and self-transformation. And to sign up today, you can go to bit.ly/13 moons, and we would love to have you.
We would love to have you.
So with that, I encourage everyone who is listening back to this video to join. This is a really high time on the planet to be making these transformations. There's no other work to be done but the work of self-healing. So with that, I'm so grateful. What do you think, Cheryl?
I think that's it. We've said it. We've covered it. Good job.
Great.
So we just hope to see you on the other side.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings. Bye.